welcome to We Poets. My name is Sally Baker, and I'm the host of We Poets. We Poets is a poetry show for boys and girls between the ages of 6 and 13. So if you would like to be on, please have your parents or your teachers call me. Also, if you are a teenager and would like to have a free internship and produce our weekly shows, please call me. And if you would like to be a guest, I'm always looking for adult guests to come. Tonight we have a very special guest. She's a musician and a songwriter, and she's going to tell the boys and girls something about her career after I interview the children. So here we go with our first poet. Hello, young man.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Could you look there at camera 3 and tell us your name and how old you are and where you go to school, please?
My name is Eric Waller. I am 10 years old, and I go to Antioch Charter Academy too.
Great. And what is the name of the poem or story you've written for us tonight?
Lion and Brer Rabbit.
Okay. Thank you.
Once upon a time, there was a lion. He was mean, he was ugly, and he was the king of the jungle. He would always chase those little animals. He would always tease those little animals. He would even eat those little animals. One day, the animals were sick and tired of the lion always teasing them. So they made a deal with the lion. They said every night, one of the animals would go to the lion's cave and have dinner with him. And the lion licked his lips and agreed. So, the next night, the lion was just waiting and waiting for the rabbit to come to dinner. And then the rabbit came rushing in, right out of breath. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, King. It was that other lion who made me late." And then the lion standing up, brushed himself off, and said, "What other lion?" And then he said, "Take me to this other lion." And then on the way, the rabbit was saying, he said, "He's the king of the forest." And then the rabbit, he pointed into a well. Now, I know, and you know, is that when you look into a water or a well, you see your reflection. Well, the lion has never seen his reflection before. So, when the lion looked into the well, he thought it was that other lion. So, he looked into the well and said, "I'm the king of the forest." But since that well was so deep, it came right back up into space and said, "I'm the king of the forest." That lion got so mad, he jumped in there, and the animals never heard of the lion again. The end.
And now here's our second poet. Hello, young lady.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Good.
Good. Could you look there at camera 3 and tell us your name and how old you are and where you go to school, please?
My name is Sophia, and I go to Antioch Charter Academy too, and I'm 10 years old.
Good. And what's the name of the story or poem you're going to read for us tonight?
I don't really have a title for it.
Okay, so it's unnamed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Some say turtles used to live in the land, and one time a turtle got caught by some hunters and villagers. The hunters and villagers brought him to their village right before the chief, and the chief said, how must we cook him?" And the villagers answered very quickly. And they said, "We shall take sticks and break him." But the silly old turtle said, "That will never work." He said, "How about you just toss me in the water and drown me?" So the villagers did so. As they were walking around congratulating themselves, saying, "Oh, we're so smart." And 1 second after that, the 2 little green eyes popped out of the water. And as he was swimming away, the turtle said, "I wouldn't be getting those pots and pans out soon because I'm not coming back." And it's been that way ever since.
And here's our third poet, a pretty young lady. She's going to tell us who she is. Hello, young lady.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Could you look there at camera 3 as and tell us your name and how old you are and where you go to school, please?
My name is Ryan Kilmartin. I am 13 years old, and I go to Antioch Charter Academy too. Yeah.
Great. And what's the name of the poem or story you're going to give us tonight?
Medusa the Gorgon.
Okay, thank you.
Long ago, in the ancient city of Greece, Medusa lived with her 3 sisters, and she was the most loveliest of all of her sisters. And her best feature was her long, golden, silky hair. And it was the duty of her sisters and Medusa to serve in the temple of Pallas Athena. And foolishly, Medusa would boast and brag about her own beauty. My hair glows like the shining sun. Is there anyone more beautiful than I? She would often say. Poseidon had heard about Medusa, so he came on shore one day to see if the rumors were true. And apparently, they were, and he wanted to marry her. He followed her right into the temple of Athena, right into the temple, and kissed her. Ugh. Athena became very angry. I am Athena, the goddess of wisdom and the goddess of war. Because they kissed, and because of Medusa's bragging, Athena turned her sisters and Medusa into hideous, ugly, monstrous gorgons. Medusa was the ugliest of all of them. She had the scaliest skin and dragon's wings, and her hair wasn't hair anymore. It was slithering, hissing snakes. And she was so ugly that whenever somebody looked right into her eyes, that she would turn them into stone. So Medusa also became very angry. So she looked for every woman, man, and child and turned them into stone. One day, Perseus, the first hero of the world, decided that she must be destroyed. So, to fly fast, he used the winged sandals of Hermes. To be invisible, he used the helmet of Hades. And for the shield, he used the silver one of Athena herself. He used the shield as a mirror, so he would not have to look directly into Medusa's eyes. And so, he cut off her head, and that was the end of her slithering, hissing hair.
Introduce you to my special guest for tonight. Her name is Annie Bacon. She is a songwriter and a musician, and she's going to sing a couple of songs for you tonight and tell us all about her interesting career. And then our 3 poets are going to join us, and she's going to have them perform with her. So I know we're going to have an interesting interview and songs. So here we go with Annie. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Sally.
How are you tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you could come and tell us all about your wonderful career as a musician and songwriter.
Well, thank you for having me. It's
Yes,
my
now,
pleasure.
Thank you. Now tell us, where do you come from?
Well, I'm originally from Maine, about as far away as you can get from here. But I've been in the Bay Area for 11 years now. So this is home. So I live in San Francisco, but I've kind of bounced back and forth across the Bay, and I work in Oakland, so I feel like the whole bay is my home.
Oh, that's great. And you have a wonderful little young boy, right?
I do, a little baby,
Oh,
Dash.
oh, nice. I bet you sing to him a lot.
I do.
Oh, that's
In
good.
fact, we took him on tour last weekend. We went on just a little one-day tour, and we brought him with us, and we were on a school bus going around the North Bay, and we had a dog, and we were on a bus, so I thought his little brain was going to explode. He was so happy.
Oh,
His
very
favorite
nice,
things.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, why did you start reading and writing poetry?
Oh, well, poetry, I think that it was probably in high school when I reached that point where suddenly I didn't have the words. And I had these feelings, and they were big feelings, and I couldn't figure out what to do with them and what they were. And all of a sudden I discovered sort of the romantic poets first, like Robert Browning and Elizabeth Barrett Browning, his wife, and suddenly here were these people who had these feelings before me and who could speak about them so beautifully, and I was hooked. I was hooked immediately. So of course then I think I had got my first journal when I was maybe 12, and haven't turned back since.
Oh, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Now, when did you start making the music?
Well, music came in a little bit. I mean, I always sang growing up.
Oh, really?
My family, it's a big Irish family, and so people would, gather around in the kitchen at the end of parties and sing in 6, 7-part harmonies. Everybody just kind of knew all the words to the songs, and then so I sang for a long time, and then when I moved to California, I started learning other instruments. So I learned guitar first, and then I learned how to play the bass. I learned electric bass, and then I learned upright bass, and then most recently, the ukulele.
Yes.
Yes, which is a most wonderful instrument, very portable, very, very happy instrument.
And small.
And small.
Yes,
It's a good
yes,
travel
yeah.
instrument.
Now, do you think everyone should learn to make music?
Yes, actually, it's a perfect segue because I think the ukulele is such a great instrument for anybody to learn. It's a very easy to learn, accessible. It makes such a sweet sound, and you can buy them inexpensively, and you can learn to play them easily. But I think music is, much like poetry. It gives us an opportunity to express feelings. That's what music is for me. And with poetry, we're constantly looking for new ways to say it. And with music, we're sort of stepping out of the words sometimes and trying to find new sounds that can, new rhythms, things that can help us express our emotions even more. Yeah.
Good. So would you play us a couple of songs, please?
Sure, I'd love
Okay.
to.
What are the names of the Did you write these songs?
Well, this first one I wrote, I'm going to do one that I wrote and one that I didn't write.
Okay.
And the first one that I wrote is called Tennyson and the Tugboat.
Okay.
And it's based on one of my favorite little snippets of a poem by Tennyson. And the little bit of poem goes, "Flower in the crannied wall, I pluck you out of the crannies. I hold you there in my hand, little flower, root and all in all. But if I could understand what you are, root and all in all, I should know what God and man is." And for me, it's a poem about understanding beauty and existence from even the smallest, most imperfect, even sometimes, easy to miss parts of what life are. So this is
Be our
a
guest.
song about that. I feel like a flower in the crannied wall. I don't want to admit that I'm stuck, but I gotta. And I feel like a geranium in a rose garden. I don't want to think you're here to see me, but I oughta. Oh, root and all in all, pluck me from my crannied wall. And I feel like a cumulus cloud in a sunny sky. I don't want to make you think of the rain, but I oughta. Oh, root and all in all, pluck me from my crannied wall. I guess I'm happy after all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I feel like a plastic bag on a windy day. I don't want to just blow where I will, but I gotta. And I feel like a geranium in a rose garden. I don't want to think you're here to see me, but I oughta. Oh, root and all in all, pluck me from my cranny wall. I guess I'm happy after all. Ooh.
Let's clap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to have the children come on, and then you're going to do what you're going to do with the children,
Great,
okay?
yeah.
So don't turn off those TVs. We'll be back in just a moment with our three poets. And now our poets have joined us, and Annie's going to tell us what they're going to do.
So we have a whole array of instruments here, and all of these are actually toys from the toy store. They're my baby's toys. We have a tambourine, a couple shakers, and some toy bells. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. But if you don't have an instrument at home, here's a really quick and easy way to make one. So you take an old roll from toilet paper, and you take some dried beans, I'm using lentils, and you pour the beans in, but you gotta make sure you've closed up both ends first. So close the bottom end first, and then you close up the top, and I've got my assistants with the tape already. I'll wrap that all the way around, and voila. A shaker. Okay, so we're gonna do a little jam for you, and it's a jam in the key of F if you'd like to play along at home. I'm gonna play the tambourine. You two are gonna play some bells and shakers. And we've got Ryan playing the ukulele. Okay, and we're just gonna let the magic happen. Ready?
What's the name of your song?
Oh, the name of the song is The Turtle Medusa, inspired by our lovely poems and stories this evening. Okay, ready? Here we go, let's see what happens. This is the magic.
we have some more time left. Do you want to sing a song by yourself, or do you want to teach the children something else?
Oh, let's see. Okay, you guys, would you be interested in doing some movement with the music?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so let me grab that back from you.
All right.
Okay, so this is actually more for kids a little bit younger, but we'll have some fun with it. So the instructions are in the verses, okay? So I'm gonna go, you're gonna shake, 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 stop. You're gonna shake, 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 stop. You're gonna shake, 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 stop. Wig, whack, freeze. You're gonna stop, 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 stop. You're gonna stop, 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 stop. You're gonna stop, 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 stop. Wiggle, whack, freeze. All right, what's next? What's the next thing we're gonna do? Clap. Clap. Okay, we're gonna clap, 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 stop. We're gonna clap, 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 stop. We're gonna clap, 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 stop. Wiggle, whack, freeze. All right, what are we doing next, Sophia? We're gonna raise our eyebrows. 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 Wiggle, whack, freeze. Okay, your turn, Ryan.
Snap our fingers.
Yeah.
We're gonna snap, 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 stop. We're gonna snap, 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 stop. We're gonna snap, 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 stop. Wig, whack, freeze. Sally, you want to pick one?
We're going to move our feet.
We're gonna move our feet. We're gonna move our feet. We're gonna move our feet. Wig, whack, freeze. Okay. We're gonna smile, 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 stop. We're gonna smile, 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 stop. We're gonna smile, 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 stop. Wig, whack, freeze. Yay.
Now, Anne, would you like to finish our program with a song?
Sure, okay.
Okay.
And I'll do this last one is a song that you probably, I can't imagine there's a person alive who hasn't heard this song before. It's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it's a different version than you may have heard. It's inspired by one of my favorite artists, a woman named Ava Cassidy.
And we have 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay,
we'll
let's
maybe
go.
get one verse then.
Okay.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Very good, very good. And now we've run out of time, so I would like to thank everybody for watching and tune in next week when we'll bring you a whole new show. Let's say goodbye to our watching audience. Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody, and
Bye,
thank you for
everybody.
watching. And Anne, why don't you play us out?
Okay.